Hi guys, and welcome to S.U.R.E Parenting. Thank you so much for watching this video. We are doing our best in 2020. There have been a lot of weeks that nothing got posted, and that is because self-care matters. When I am having really bad anxiety, I'm not going to make a YouTube video. There's tons of content on this channel that I hope is helping you, and as I'm able, I will keep posting more. The goal for next year is to post regularly again, but I'm going to listen to my heart and my body and what my family needs. My kids had a really hard time, and I had to stop working in the middle of the day, and that's okay. So I apologize that if you have missed videos, if you have wished that I was here more often, and I don't apologize for prioritizing my health and my family, and I really hope you do the same. But I am glad to be here. I'm glad to be back and recording this video for you. So last night I was actually going to bed and this kind of realization hit me, and I thought it was really cool. So I really wanted to share it with you guys. So many of us, we have these triggers that we don't understand, and we react, and we then regret it. And one of the big triggers that I have is feeling powerless or out of control or weak. And it comes from being a child who was powerless and had no control and was weak and couldn't fight back and couldn't change things. And so enveloped in my upbringing was this sort of promise of future adulthood where you would be the adult and you'd be in control of things and the world would bend to your will. And then I don't think anyone ever explicitly said that, but that's just sort of part of growing up with the adults are in charge, kids are not kind of mentality. And in some ways, adults absolutely need to be in charge of the big stuff. But when they're in charge of everything and their will, even if it hurts you, is the only thing that goes, when you don't have the voice to speak up and to be heard, that feeling kind of embeds itself, right? And so when we have kids, they are designed to challenge us because we now are the adults. And in our heads, we think, well, we're the ones that should be heard now, and we're the ones in control. And our kids are like, yeah, but I'm a kid, right? And so the prefrontal cortex isn't developed. They don't just do what you say all the time. They have their own thoughts and their own desires and their own needs and their own wants, their own ideas. And when you're parenting in a kind, gentle, respectful way, you can end up feeling all of those same feelings. They're not listening to me. Nobody can hear me. Nobody's doing what I say. I have no control. I have no power. I feel helpless. And so your inner child then lashes out because they feel all of those same things. And it's a deep, deep trigger. And I think that it comes down to feeling weak. Overall, that would be how I would simplify it, would be it makes you feel weak. You don't want to feel weak. Especially if you felt weak before, you definitely don't want to feel weak now. And so then we use our superior knowledge, size, volume to force our kids into whatever. And then for a moment, we feel strong, right? But oftentimes, we actually end up feeling weak again because we weren't strong enough to control our temper. We weren't strong enough to prevent our reacting like other adults had reacted towards us, even if we really wanted to. Or we give up and we're just like, okay, you win, I can't do this. And then we feel weak there. So we're just left in this place of feeling weak. And so what I was thinking about last night is that there's another way to gain power, to feel strong, and it has to do with intellect. You can be strong in the way that a Buddhist monk is strong, literally unbreakable, more powerful than anything you can imagine. Here. You do that by learning, by practicing, by gaining control of your own thoughts, by learning your triggers and overcoming them, by becoming this adult who does have control of their triggers, who can recognize what's being triggered and why, and has the cognitive ability to go, oh, okay, I understand that, therefore I don't have to react on it. I can understand this child's behavior. I don't have to lash out at it. I can understand that internal feeling I'm going through, and I can accept it, and I don't have to let it pour out onto my child. That is immense strength, right? I mean, that's a level of a strength that I aspire to daily, but I don't think I thought of it as strength before. That was the real aha, was that is the epitome of strength. And I'm excited about that. And I hope you're excited about that, because that's what we do here. When I say empower moms, that's what I mean. I want you to feel so powerful in your role as a parent, so sure of your heart and your intentions. Will you still mess up? Of course. That's human. Is that frustrating? Maybe. But you have so much more power than you maybe realize, especially when you're being challenged by a small person who has a very underdeveloped prefrontal cortex and won't just do what you say. When what you have the power to do is to be the adult that you needed when you were a little kid. Your parents tried the best that they could, right? And for some of you, you had awesome parents and you don't really pinpoint anything that they did wrong. Great, that's fine. This isn't about blaming anybody. For some of you, you had parents that you have a laundry list of things that you feel like they did wrong. That's great too. It's information. That's all that is. The point is, you're in the driver's seat now. And power used to look like overpowering a smaller person, a smaller being, forcing your will on them. But now it looks like, how can I connect with you so you choose to follow me? How do I understand you on such a deep level that you don't feel the need to rebel against me? How do I strengthen this relationship so that I can touch your shoulder and you feel safe and you open up to me? That's power. That's the power that we have with our partner. Nobody else maybe can get him to open up, but you can touch his shoulder and look him in the eyes and he'll tell you what's going on. Do you think it would work if you were demanding that he tell you what's going on in his head? Not in my family, not in my marriage. But we have connection. We have this deep connection that makes him feel safe enough to open up to me. How do I do that for my kids? And each time that I do, that is power. That is using gentleness and kindness and respect and empathy to develop a deep, rich relationship where we can be human, we can mess up, but we can connect afterwards. We can make it better. We can make amends with each other because we both feel safe. That's power. And I think that's really cool. Have you given yourself credit for the amount of power that you do have? For the strength that you demonstrate by fighting against your triggers, by overcoming your past? Are you acknowledging how strong you really are inside? That you let your circumstance build you instead of break you. It's really strong. You are not that weak little kid anymore. You are not trapped. You are not helpless. If you feel that, hear your inner child. Acknowledge that, hey, I hear you, babe. I am here for you. Physically hug yourself if you need to. Write a letter to 8-year-old you. Hear that child that needs to be heard. And let that child know just how far you've come, how strong you are now, and how different your strength looks, how lasting your strength is. You can demonstrate physical strength. You can create fear and let that feel like power, but it has an expiration date. At some point, that kid's not going to be afraid of you anymore. And if they are, they're just going to cut you off. They're not going to talk to you. They're not going to have a relationship with you. Those are the future options for fear, if that's the strength you're choosing to lean into. But the strength of connection, the strength of togetherness, the strength of choosing to see them as valid, just as significant and important as you are, with just as valid of needs, choosing to see children that way, that's hard, especially in today's world where you're told you're crazy, where you're told that, you're messing everything up because you listen to your child. You hear them out. You give them a voice. You're constantly getting feedback that you're doing it wrong. And you're doing it anyway because you know in your heart that relationship matters so much. You're facing off with your family or the world in general or the Karen at the park. And that takes a lot of strength. To show up and do that work every day because your kids matter to you that much, you're a lot stronger than you might have been giving yourself credit for. And I want you to remember that. When you feel overwhelmed and you feel like, I can't do this, you can. You are. You did yesterday, you will tomorrow. You are that strong. You are so strong that you were specially chosen for these children, for this journey, to walk with them, to help them figure out the world and their special challenges, to help them process things and learn how to control their own thoughts and their own triggers, to learn and grow and develop, and to know that they're not alone. You are rewriting the future of your family. That is no small feat. You are a warrior. Your strength is different. It looks different than what you might have grown up thinking strength looked like. But you are stronger. You are stronger than the things that tried to break you. Lean into that. Trust that. Know that your power is doing such good things in this world and for your family. Remember how strong you are. Remind yourself how strong you are. Make it an affirmation. Rewatch this video, whatever works for you. But don't ever let yourself feel weak again. You're the complete opposite of weak. You are all of the things that strength is made of. You are courage, and you are bravery, and you are determination and resilience. You are strength. And that's the message I wanted to share with you today. I hope you are having an awesome weekend. And if you need some support, you want some other strong people in your corner who have your back, come join me. We're doing Turning Off the Anger Switch. If you're watching this video on the 29th, the sale for that ends after Monday, after Cyber Monday. If you're watching it later, the class is still available. But other than that, we have our membership group, Create Your S.U.R.E Family. We meet every weekend so that you get backup, you get support, you have somebody in your corner because you deserve it. So the class you can sign up for in the free Facebook group, Empowering Moms to Uplift Kids. And the membership group is on my website, SureParenting.com, or at bit.ly/callsammy. And if you haven't met me yet and you just want to talk to me, you can do that for free. Anybody can. Also bit.ly/callsammy. First option is the free call. The last option is the membership. So I look forward to getting to know you better and giving you the support you deserve. You're awesome. Have a good day. Bye, guys.